Hello and welcome to the Spotlight Academy Insights series, where we connect you with the faculty and we give you a closer look at how they coach, how they instruct and teach, and what they can do for you in your career as an inspiring actor. Sorry, I better take that one again. I said inspiring, aspiring. Hello and welcome to the Spotlight Academy Insights series, where we connect you with the faculty and we give you a closer look at how they instruct and teach and coach and what they can do for you in your career as an aspiring actor. Now, with me today, I'm talking to one of my favorite people. This is Darlene Tait. Darlene is an accomplished actor in her own right, and she spent over 40 years actually originally. I hope you don't mind me saying this, Darlene, but I think it's really interesting in your bio.
Proud
You
of
know, you
every
were
year.
you were in the marketing industry as a professional for many years, and you turned to storytelling, after you had worked in Loreto, Mexico. And what an interesting pathway. And in that time, you've done so many things in and around the industry. You serve as the vice president on the board of the South Island Film Commission. You're the past president on the board of the Cinevic Independent Film Society. You just stepped away recently, I believe, from the board of the Women in Film and Television Vancouver group. And of course, you're very active in the Victoria film community in lots of different ways. Even having just been on set recently, you're always keeping busy. You love this industry so much. Do you talk to me, Darlene, and welcome. Do you consider yourself an actor, a storyteller, an artist, an instructor? How do you grab all that great stuff and define what you do?
Well, I call myself an actor first and foremost. That is why I stepped away from the business world, was to embrace that creative side that I felt wasn't expressed for a lot of years, for very practical and necessary reasons. And I wanted to give voice to that side of myself. I had been an armchair actor for so many years, sitting in there watching all of the greats on TV, thinking, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And when I hit I guess it was my 40th, it was time to either do it or shut up about it. So I decided then to stick my toes in before I went to Mexico. Had some tremendous acceptance by Vancouver casting directors, Heike and Corrine, and people like Sid Kozak, who's no longer with us, Carmela Evangelista. So I had some history, and then I went down to Mexico for 10 or 12 years. So lost touch with everybody and everything, came back and quit everything else and just sunk everything I had, everything I was into this business.
I know that you love to work with new actors who are approaching the industry for the first time. Why is that exciting for you? That can be such a nerve-wracking time for an aspiring actor when they're first learning how to get into an industry like this and so much to do. Why is it something that you love so much?
I like to see actors who get into the industry with their eyes wide open. Um, there is both the creative side and the business side. And I think a lot of people get into it initially without realizing what they're up against, what a typical, maybe a month in the life of an actor looks like. And you're not going to be on set every day and doing all that just great creative stuff that we all love. There's a lot of work involved. And to be a working actor, as you well know, it's a kind of a longer haul, a lot of effort, a lot of work put in, both creatively and from a business perspective. So I feel like I want to share that with people, because then when they do have tremendous success, they did it knowing full well what it was going to cost them. And when I say cost, I mean creatively and financially, because it does cost to get into this business. So yeah, so that's an exciting thing for me, is to kind of lay open the world of acting here on the West Coast. This is what goes on. This is the process. This is how casting happens. This is what a day on set is like. And this is what auditions and self-tapes and all those things are like. And you need to make a decision. Are you up for the work? Because it's a lot of work before you get to and really, really enjoy all the fun, creative on-set stuff. So yeah, I like to see people's eyes wide open before they go in.
That's incredibly exciting to hear. I think for especially new actors who think they have an opportunity to learn from an instructor like you, and to get a sense of your perspective and how that's going to shape their career. Spotlight is becoming more and more popular, acclaimed, and a real noteworthy agent academy out there, out west and across Canada. What is it you think is happening at Spotlight, and why are so many actors really flocking to you guys as an institution? What's the secret sauce? Any thoughts on that?
Well, Jackie has brought together, in my mind, some of the most tremendous instructors in the region, and she's reaching out constantly, whether it's casting directors or special workshops or building up her faculty. And anybody who knows Jackie knows how infectious her enthusiasm is, and also appreciates her outstanding knowledge of the industry, the relationship she has built with casting directors and producers, not just on the island, but on the mainland as well. So I was honored when Jackie asked me to start instructing, and she's been a good friend for many years. So I would do anything Jackie asked me to, and I'm proud to be part of Spotlight because I think she's just built an incredible academy here.
I couldn't agree with you more. She really is a force in the industry, and someone I know so many coaches and instructors hold in such high regard. And she's been able to, pick such an incredible mix, yourself included. Do you have a sense of, if I was to ask you, what's a student going to feel like when they come into a Darlene Tait class or one of your programs? What's the experience going to be like for them? What can they expect when they get a chance to work with you, Darlene?
I've done a few classes now, and I give everybody the heads up that by the time you leave this class, you will understand the basics of the industry, and you will be able to submit an industry standard self-tape to any audition, any casting director. You will have the knowledge and the ability to do that. So these are people who are just starting out, but I like to, the very first day I lay out, this is what this course entails. This is all the stuff we're going to cover. This is what you're going to leave with. And then every week, and I'm pretty organized, so I have a schedule laid out, and my class will tell you, even though it's only an hour and a half class, we seldom make it anything before 2 hours. I am fairly disciplined in the class. Like, I log on 20 minutes before class starts for the industry chit chat that I find typically gobbles up the first portion of any class. So let's just get there early. Anybody who's interested, we kind of just have casual conversation, and at 7 o'clock on the nose, that's when class starts. First slide comes up and we start our work. So I'm pretty disciplined in the work, and they get homework every time and get coached on their homework. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of what we've come up with, and the feedback from students, the ones who give me feedback directly, have been overwhelmingly positive. So I'm pretty happy with what we've done with this class.
When you look at your career and sort of how you got to where you were and the experience that you bring to it, do you believe that any actor can be great? Is there something special that they're born with to cross over, or is it just about doing the hard work, putting in the time? Do you believe that any actor can really go to that next level? What's your take on that one?
Well, I do believe that acting is a skill that can be taught. If somebody is committed enough to do the work, I think anybody can learn acting. Now, we all know of individuals who have this inherent something, this watchability, this thing where we can't take our eyes off them. And there are some of those people walking around, but I think more typically are people who have put the work in, learned it as a skill and a craft, and are out there now as working actors. So yeah, I think I think anybody can learn it, but very few appreciate the amount of work that goes into it.
Darlene, as we wrap, I'm really excited for actors to get a chance to work with you, and I hope they'll really explore the chance, because I think you're so dynamic and fun to watch and fun to learn from. Is there anything you'd like to say to any aspiring actors out there that are thinking about it, that want to make the crossover and want to participate and be a part of the process, working with you and anyone at Spotlight?
Well, I think if you have that yearning to get into the industry, the first thing you owe it to yourself to do is to gain an understanding of what is the industry. How does
Yeah.
it work? Who's involved? What is the likelihood of my taking a lead on a feature film next year if I put in a lot of work? Well, we need to go over the realities of the business.
Yeah.
And so that's really what I would encourage people to do, is go for it. Absolutely go for it. There isn't a better business in the world in my mind. I love it. And even today I was posting or chatting with somebody about, I do an audition every day. I don't get an audition every day, but I will go find myself something to even do an audition, even if it doesn't go anywhere, if it just sits on my computer or in my camera. I audition every day because I love it. And that's really what I hope to also pass on to students, because new actors, we can go crazy, making ourselves crazy over our auditions. And I really hope that they get there quicker than I did, which is to have fun with it, work at it every day, and you'll get there.
I really love your passion for it, Darlene, and I really appreciate your time today. I hope all those actors that are thinking about it will reach out and have a chance to learn from you and all that great faculty there. I really appreciate you making the time today, and I'm wishing you and all your students the best of luck this year, okay?
Thank you, Christopher. It was delightful to talk with you.
You too. We'll talk again real soon. Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
That's Darlene
Thank
Tait,
you.
everyone. Thank you.
Thanks.